How would you like to have an infinite food source in Grounded? What about an easy way to capture aphids and weevils to tame as pets? How about a fast way to level up weapon-specific mutations? What if I told you there was one easy-to-build trap that can do all three? In this video, I'll show exactly how. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, now's a great time to do so you don't miss any future videos. Let's get started. So real quick before I show you this trap, which is only going to take you it should only take you a couple minutes to build. This is all of the aphids and the weevils that I got from it in a single day. So I built the trap, I set it up, and I came back, went to sleep, and when I woke up in the morning, this was what was in there. So we got 24 aphids and 2 weevils. There was also an ant in there. And what we're going to do is I want to show you the other things you can get from it. So aside from that, you can either turn them into jerky or you can cook them. You can also make them pets. And the last thing you can do is you can actually level up your mutations. So there's some mutations in here, such as the Little Fist, so that's punching, the Smasher, the Javelineer, the Assassin, the Sharpshooter, Barbarian, and that might be the last one. Let's check. I think that's the last one. So these ones up at the top that have, this one only has a single phase. This is for punching, so this is unarmed combat. But these others that are weapon specific, you level these up by killing insects. So the first stage is after you kill 50 insects, then I think it's 100, then 250. So this trap will also, if you want to, if you're going to turn them into food anyway, you're going to end up getting, this might not be, I'm not sure exactly how many you'll get on a daily basis. I just happen to get this many in one. So this is 26 right here, plus the ant that was in there will be 27. That would get you halfway to unlocking that first mutation. So let's head on over here. And what we're going to do is before I go over there, we're going to check out the area to make sure there's no wolf spiders, because there was a wolf spider over here not that long ago. I want to make sure there's no more because I don't want to have one sneak up on me. We're going to show you this real easy to build trap here. So one thing you may or may not know is that, and you can already see the aphids are getting in there. We can actually watch them while I'm talking. The insects in the game will not walk up steps, but they will, for some reason, the aphids and the weevils, and I did see the ants, were walking up the clover roof. So what I did was I saw a video and it was using spike traps. It was on Sir Sim-Alot's channel. He had built a spike trap with a similar build, and what happened was the aphids and weevils would walk up to it, and they would walk into the spike traps. The problem with that is the spike traps will eventually break, so you have to come back and fix them. With this trap, you don't actually have to have the spike traps. You could put them down there if you want to, but in this case, what I'm end up doing is I'm just trapping them inside. So it's a simple build, and what happens is the aphids or weevils, as you just saw, will just walk right up the little ramp, fall inside, and we have the food on top of here. So this is a really simple build here. It's made out of clovers, and then I put stem walls in. The walls inside of here are optional. I did it because the aphids will tend to they'll go underneath these, the roof pieces here, and they'll be a little bit harder to eliminate. So I did this. I also 100%, when you're building this, recommend putting the stews. So we got the mushroom slurry, and we got a plant slurry that'll attract the aphids and the weevils in here. I definitely recommend putting 4 pillars underneath of it with the floor piece on top of it. I had it where I only had 1 pillar down here and the floor piece. And what ended up happening is the aphids will jump, and they can actually jump. They'll phase through the stem floor piece or even the grass floor piece and can knock the slurry onto the ground, which means one of them will eat it, which means it won't attract any more of those specific insects unless they just happen to walk into it. And we have a weevil coming over here. We'll see if that guy walks in. So this is a very simple way to do this. I just happen to build it here. You can probably build it anywhere in the yard, but this spot for some reason tends to have a ton of aphids specifically, and there's also usually weevils around here. And as you can see, the weevil will just walk right in here. And the way this thing works is they can sense that the slurry's in here, and they think they can get to it. Once they get inside of it, they cannot actually reach it, so it'll just sit there forever. And it's just as simple as that. So what we're going to do is we're going to skip ahead, and I'm going to see how many we actually have at the end of the day. And yeah, so let's do that. So as you can see, the trap worked really well. I built it this morning, and this is what we got so far. We got 1 weevil and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I mean, there's like 15, there's at least 15 or 20, between 15 and 20 aphids in a single day. Now this spot is a hot spot, and right before I actually built this, I did hit the debug thing where you go into the menu, hit game preview bugs, and hit fix nearby creatures. There were some in here right after I built it. I did that and moved the ones out, and then all the other ones respawned. So I'm not sure if this is a normal day, but this is what we caught in here. So this trap works out really well. From what I saw, I did have a ladybug come over here, and it walked up to the clovers, and it did not actually walk up them. So I'm not sure. I believe spiders probably can walk up them because they can walk up pretty much anything. But I think it's pretty safe that if you get the aphids inside this little box here, that they're trapped and that the ladybugs will not come and get them. I'm not sure how long it takes for them to despawn or if they're going to despawn. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go to sleep in just a minute and then see if they're still here in the morning. As you can see, the ant here, the ant's not going to bother them. But this is like a really easy way to get pretty much unlimited food. Oh my god, I thought that was a spider. Because there was a wolf spider here just a second ago. This is an easy way to get like infinite food because you can turn these guys and you can cook them or turn them into jerky, or it's an easy way to get pets. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go over and sleep real quick, and we're going to wake up and see if these guys are still here just to see if they do despawn overnight. All right, so I just slept and woke up, and as you can see, there's an ant in here now as well, but none of the weevil didn't despawn. It doesn't look like any of the aphids despawned either. Let's go check real quick. Yeah, it looks like they're all in here, and there could be some more. So, like I said, this is pretty much the easiest way to get like infinite food or to easily catch a weevil or a aphid for a pet. Getting an aphid in creative is pretty easy because they want to run away from you, but in survival they can be kind of a pain in the butt to tame because they will just keep running away from you. So you gotta just leave the food and hope they get it. So all you gotta do is build this box, put the clover leaves up here, put the walls inside. You don't have to do these walls inside because they can't get out, but it's a lot easier if you're just gonna come in here and make them into your dinner. It'll keep them in the pen. But I definitely recommend putting the you're gonna have to put the slurry up on a platform, and I definitely recommend doing this where you put the pillars underneath of it to make almost a table. Because if you only do one, they can actually get under it and jump, and I think they might be able to knock it off. So it'll also make it easier so you don't knock it off, and it's also perfectly centered. So that's gonna do it for this video. Hopefully it helps you out. You end up either getting infinite food or getting a pet very easily. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you hit the like button and consider subscribing for more videos like this. There's a link to my Patreon, as well as you can join the channel if you want to support it even more down below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.